just stressful the whole time. I don't sound anything like any of my bandmates. I was like,
Melody Thornton, it is so good to see you. The Masked Singer is the best thing. You find yourself sitting there watching an air fryer singing and a Maypole, and you think, what is my Saturday night?
yeah, it's crazy. The costumes are so wacky, but then every now and then there are these great voices coming out of some of them, and then some of them are just having. Oh, we're all having so much fun. I had to come up with so many different stories for her. Her family were turned into boxes of matches, and like one of her family members was a baseball bat, and so it's like on the outside she's really shiny and pretty, but on the inside she's not.
We love her, and so do the judges. And I have to ask you about performing Rita Ora's song in front of Rita Ora. Babe, that is brave. Were you really nervous? Because you actually sounded like her at times.
I think amongst ourselves, I mean, I'm not going to go on and on about the patriarchy, but amongst ourselves, I feel like women are always being pitted against each other, even if it's meant to honor somebody or it's a bit of fun. And so I just wanted her to know that I was like,
they did get some Pussycat Dolls, but they didn't get the right didn't get the right one.
Right. Everybody but me. I was like, okay. Yeah, I mean, there were so many things that but I think that's the thing about a group is like there's a lot of your identity moving forward is similar. You have a similar foundation. My voice I don't sound anything like any of my bandmates. And so I would have thought for sure. And then like the first line, I want my life to be a Whitney Houston song. I was like, I'm dead. These clues are too good. But yeah, they didn't get it.
And I also thought that it was really fascinating what you said at the end when you were unmasked. Because you were like, I kind of like haven't had any lessons and everything. What was the history behind your kind of singing and everything? Like, talk me through that.
I got into the group. I was not trained professionally as a dancer or a singer. So my time in the group was really, it was just stressful the whole time. I don't know. You have to be a kid to do that because I'd be like, wah, now. I just sang in high school. That was it. I trained my ear, and there are a lot of things that I still know that I use now as techniques that I taught myself, apart from what I've learned from coaches and things like that. The dancing, nope, never had I danced jazz when I was 9 and I only had 2 lessons. So my experience was just being underqualified all around. And showing up like an athlete every single day. It's always up here, My dad taught me that it's in here, like it's a game. The whole thing is a game. Just stay in the game. So yeah, it's a little different because there's so much criticism. But yeah, when I was a kid, because I was under so much pressure, and there was such a like, oh, those girls, they don't sing, and I was like, no, I do. Listen. I was always coming from another place, which I think young performers do, like, hey, look, listen to me. If you go back and look at Beyonce and Christina Aguilera, like it's a lot. They're like, let me see how much I can fit in this one sentence. And that's because of all that pressure that, you think as a kid, do more. I didn't have a lot of space to do it anyway. So I was lucky to do my high notes and my runs and really, really concentrated, solid sounds. But my voice is actually really sweet. And so when I retrained with this woman, we talked about, it's called the pretty box is what she called it. You have to have an instinct as a singer, which everyone does, to choose the pretty box. Or to like go out and be super powerful, which we know you are. So I think that like removing a lot of the pressure that I've always been under and all that criticism that like, oh, she can't sing or those girls don't sing. And being like, I'm Melody Thornton. Like, oh, yes, I can. Yes, I do. Like, no matter what, I don't sound like any of my bandmates. Like, come on. I don't sound like Christina Aguilera. I love her. But I don't sound like her either. So I think it was a mind shift. And my dad says, what looks bad ain't always bad.
So do you feel like The Masked Singer has given you an opportunity to show the world that you're really good?
Oh, thank you. You know what? I think that my like I say, my attitude is I have kind of the mindset of an athlete. So it will play out, you know, like if you are what you say you are, what you think you are, what you're aiming for, it'll play out. But shows like The Masked Singer, yes, have given me the opportunity to, without judgment, and no one knows who it is, go, God, who was that? That was beautiful. And then, you know, and it's like, it's not just the high notes.